It's Johnny Grube from WildmanTraining.com. I'm going to do a series here on, what perceived strength is in today's society, what they really think it is. Number one, I've never grown up a weak kid. Despite what anybody wants to believe, I'm not like those experts that say I was weak and I had got my ass kicked. The only person that kicked my ass was my mother. Of course I was bullied. I had some fucking issues with some kids here and there growing up, but everybody does. But see, that's the difference. When you grow up, at least when I did, I'm getting close to the big 5-0. Okay, I got the gray beard. I got 4 kids, 4 grandchildren. You know what? I've been laboring for 35 years in a job, and I've been training for 35 years. The only reason I ever trained and started training was to kick ass, so I could survive, and I was willing to do whatever it took to get as strong as I possibly could. All my money went to magazines, supplements, weight gain, whatever. If I thought I could get stronger, I bought it, and I took it. Didn't matter, okay? So if I started lifting when I was 12, actually the first time I ever picked up weights was a 110-pound barbell set, plastic Orbitron weights, and I put it over my head the first time. I think I was in 7th grade. So the first time I ever lifted anything over my head was almost the same as much as I weighed. But I didn't grow up, as a kid I grew up doing like kids. I climbed trees, I rode bikes, I played sports. So I was never weak. In school I could do 10, 15 chin-ups. I wasn't a kid hanging from the bottom of the fucking bar, kicking and pulling. But I grew up around laborers. My dad was probably the strongest man I knew who never stepped inside of a gym. He was a laborer. He moved furniture, and he could lift anything he put his hands on. You know why? Because my dad had no idea what he should and should not be able to lift because he wasn't reading magazines. Because back in the day, when you were told to move something, you moved it. You didn't think, you fucking moved it. You lifted it, you drug it, you pulled it, you did whatever. Labor was different. So I grew up with that mindset. I grew up with the same mindset of old school. If it needed to be moved, we'll figure a way to move it. Okay? And it wasn't always the smartest. So all the years I spent training in the gym, all the years, I found out that unless you want to specialize in the power lifts, I found there's really no reason for me to continue the powerlifting because it did nothing for me in my job as a physical laborer. Hard to believe, I know. I never had to squat 600 pounds on the dock. I never had to bench press 400 pounds on the dock. I always was able to keep people away from me without a 400-pound bench press. Not worried about it. So, any job I was ever in, I've been a laborer my whole life. My whole life I've been a laborer. So I've been around men my whole entire life. And I'm going to tell you, I was always in the upper echelon of these men in strength. And, there's a lot of people that see this, a lot of people I grew up with, a lot of people I went to school with and I worked with. And every single one of them could tell you, they could call me out on the video if they want and say I was a pussy, but I doubt it's going to happen. Okay? Because I was never that weak man. So, what I'm saying is that whether I'm bench pressing 400 pounds or I'm doing body weight squats, I'm doing 500 body weight squats in 10 minutes, the strength, it's what are you building the strength for? What is it that you are trying to do? What's your goal? My goal is not to lift heavy weights anymore. Okay? And we all talk about farm boy strength. Well, farmers don't squat 600 pounds. They're not squatting 800 pounds. They're not laying under the bench press. Nope. They're lifting light to moderate weights every day, hundreds of thousands of times over their lifetime. Probably millions. Matter of fact, I know it's millions. That's how you build strength. At least lifetime. So for 35 years I've been training. I got almost probably 200 YouTube videos. At least I can show my shit. Okay? May not be the strongest, may not be the fittest, but I can still put out the shit. Now, you got YouTube trolls that go out there and they want to tell you that you're weak and things like that. Yet these are the same guys that will never, ever direct you to their YouTube channel because they're pussies. They're not strong. They're weak. That's why they do those things. Anybody that can do anything never comments negative on other people's YouTube videos. It just doesn't happen. So anyhow, as far as strength goes, that's a little bit of where I'm going to start. And, when I feel like making another one, we'll get it.